Hi everyone, um, welcome to my channel. This is my first post, so I'm kind of nervous and I apologize if there's any noises. I'm home with my dog, and again, it's my first post, so there might be some mix-ups and I'm sorry for that. Anyways, I got a book haul from Book Outlet. This is my first time ever ordering from Book Outlet and I'm really impressed with the quality. So I just thought I'd share with all of you and see if anyone else is interested in what I got. So it is November and I'm a little bit in the middle of moods, so I still have my fall blanket on, kind of summery pajamas, my Christmas mug, but I am drinking apple cider because it is the middle of afternoon and it's still fall vibes. It is raining outside and really gray, so the lighting's not the best, but we are hopeful for that. So let's just get into this. All of the books on Book Outlet, when I ordered, and I think still right now, I think it's their Black Friday deal, and it seems to be going on for a while. They're only $7.99 each, and that includes hardcover books, so it's honestly a really good deal. I have 10 books here, and I only paid $117 to get them to my house dropped off. And they actually came really fast, and I live in a tiny island on the east coast of Canada, so usually we don't get stuff as fast as other places. And I think I only ordered these last week, so they came really reasonably timing. Anyways, my first book is Immortal Dark. Sorry I didn't take the sticker off yet. The glare is kind of bad. But this is Immortal Dark, and it's the Target edition, which I thought is really funny because we don't actually have any Targets in Canada anymore. But I think that's kind of cool, and it does have these beautiful sprayed edges. I don't know much about this book, but I thought we'd read the back of them all together. So, am I scaring you? His voice rumbled like mountain rocks. Do you want to leave? The muscles of his shoulders tensed as if he was preparing for another blow. He was mistaking her accelerated heart rate for fear. She lifted her lashes to him and rested her hands over his. Honestly, I'm kind of down for that. And on the sprayed edges, it does say, no soul can enter without an invitation. So I'm typically a romance girly or a thriller girly, and I do like a bit of spice, a bit of dark romance, as long as it's done right. Hockey romances are really my kryptonite, as you'll see later on. But I am very excited for this. I do read a bit of fantasy elements. I honestly don't know anything about this book. I've just seen it trending on TikTok. So that's why we picked up this one. So that is book one. Our second book, this one might be my favorite cover in the whole stack, and I did not know that it was coming in hardcover. I'm not usually a hardcover girly, but I am so excited to get into this book just because of how beautiful it is. So this is by Catherine Center, and it is Hello Stranger, and it's just the most gorgeous cover I think I've ever seen. I'm obsessed with it. All of the little details. The side is also stunning. And this book says, love isn't blind, it's just a little blurry. Also, just to let you know, prices in Canada, this hardcover, it says right here, is originally $40, $39 in Canadian. So getting this for $7.99, I'm not sponsored by Book Outlet, but I would love to be. But run to Book Outlet. Their prices are so cheap right now, it's actually crazy. So, sorry, I'll read for this now. Love isn't blind, it's just a little blurry. Sadie Montgomery never saw what was coming, literally. 1 minute, she's celebrating the biggest achievement of her life, placing as a finalist in the North American Portrait Society competition. The next, she's lying in a hospital bed diagnosed with a probably temporary condition known as face blindness. She can see, but every face she looks at now is a jumbled puzzle of disconnected features. Imagine trying to read a book upside down and in another language. This is Sadie's new reality with every face she sees. But as she struggles to cope, hang on to her artistic dream, work through major family issues, and take care of her beloved dog Peanut, she falls in love, lust, a temporary obsession to distract her from real-life problems. With not one, but two very different men, the timing couldn't be worse. If only her life were a little more in focus, Sadie might be able to find her way. But perceiving anything clearly right now seems impossible, even though there are things we can only find when we aren't looking, and there are people who show up when we least expect them, and there are always other ways of seeing. So I'm super excited with this book. I have actually worked with some clients and people in the past that have facial blindness, so that's kind of why I picked up this book. It's such an interesting condition to me, and I can't wait to read a bit more and find out about her story. So again, Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. I'm just gonna see if my apple cider's cooled down any. Honestly, pretty good. It's from a packet, which I never drink apple cider from a packet because where I live we have the most glorious apples, and we have apple cider everywhere. It's so easy to get in the fall, but I just wanted something quick and easy, and that's actually much better than I was expecting. Okay, this next book I'm also really excited. We're gonna do the hardcovers first. There's only 2 more. So this is Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross. And you guys might be shocked, but I actually have no idea about this book either. I've also only seen it on TikTok. But I am so excited to get into this because everyone has such good things to say, and the cover is just so cool. The cover is so intriguing to me. So I'm so excited to get into this. This says, when 2 young rival journalists find love through a magical connection, they must face the depths of hell in a war between gods to seal their fate forever. After centuries of sleep, the gods are warring again, but 18-year-old Iris Winnow just wants to hold her family together. Her mother is suffering from addiction, and her brother is missing from the front lines. Her best bet is to win the columnist promotion at the Oath Gazette. To combat... Sorry, my dog's trying to climb on the couch and throwing the cushions down. To combat her worries, Iris writes letters to her brother and slips them... I'll pause. I'll wait for him. Okay, I think he might be done. There is construction happening next door, so he keeps thinking people are coming to visit him, and they're not. They're just pulling into the construction lot, so he might start up again, but I will pause again if he does that. So to combat her worries, Iris writes letters to her brother and slips them beneath her wardrobe drawer, where they vanish into the hands of Roman Kit, her cold and handsome rival at the paper. When he anonymously writes Iris back, the 2 of them forge a connection that will follow Iris all the way to the front lines of battle. For her brother, the fate of mankind and love. Divine Rivals is an epic enemies to lovers fantasy novel filled with hope and heartbreak and the unparalleled power of love. That sounds really interesting to me, so I'm so excited for this one as well. Let's see if we can get one more done before I have to switch my camera. So this is the last hardcover, and this is Glow of the Everflame by Penn Cole. I feel like I sound so weird because I don't actually know what many of these are about. These books have just been on my radar for so long, and I saw them and they were so cheap, so I just added them all. The back says, I am your sword, point me at your enemies and watch them fall. And then, whoa, okay, I didn't even know that this was like this. Maybe I should take the covers off of all of these. This is gorgeous. It has like, you can't even see. It's all textured and has the title in it. And then when you open the cover, that's so pretty. And the back is the same. Wow. Okay, that's gorgeous. So we're not reborn into the flames. We're revealed. So the threat of war has arrived at DM's doorstep along with a new discovery that could save her people. To use it, she must survive the next 30 days by forming a devil's bargain with the people she hates most, the royal family of House Corbus. But as she dives into the world of the descended elite, DM quickly realizes good and evil aren't as simple as they seem. Old prejudices are challenged and new loyalties blur the line between friend and foe. I'll be back in 1 second to finish. Hi, sorry, I'm back. I think I should be good for the next little while. Again, I'm still just kind of figuring this out. I apologize. So, meanwhile, her mother is still missing, the secrets she left behind can no longer be ignored, and neither can the Guardians and their demands. Caught between an old flame and a sizzling new spark, DM must confront the truth about who she is and what she wants before time runs out. War is coming, and dangerous enemies wait on all sides. But the most deadly battle DM faces may be the one for her heart. And apparently this one includes a bonus chapter. So that's pretty cool. I'm super quickly going to grab these again and just check them out underneath of the dust jackets, because I forgot that hardcovers do that because I never buy any. So this is Divine Rivals. That's actually really cool. It's a typewriter and it says Dear Iris. I really like that. So that's one. I also really hope that you guys can hear me okay. I don't have any of those fancy mics. If I actually continue to post, then I might invest in one, but as of now, I don't own any. Oh, this one, Hello Strangers, is just a blue cover, so I'm actually not going to take that one all the way off. And we will quickly check Immortal Dark, and then we'll move on to the paperback books. Oh, this is kind of, oh, okay, this one's cool. This one's cool. I'm glad I remembered to do this. This is the cover and the side. I really like that. It says, seek mind above blood, and if you must bleed, use it as ink. And when we open it up, okay. This is making me want to read this book so much more. It's like little letters. Okay, I'm really intrigued for this book. I am really intrigued. So those are the 4 hardcover books that I got, and we will go into paperback books next. Oh, I'm so excited. I don't know if you guys can tell. So this is the first one I got. This is Unsteady by Peyton Kareen, and I've actually never read a book by this author before. I've never even heard of her before. It's a hockey romance, and that's about all it needed to be to sell me. But it says, Reese is desperate to feel anything. Sadie wants to stop feeling so much. Reese Koteski is back, at least he's supposed to be. During last year's Frozen Four, the Waterfall University hockey captain and NHL legacy took a brutal hit that left him with a concussion and a new discomfort on the ice. Plagued by nightmares and panic attacks every time he attempts to skate, Reese wonders if he'll ever play again or if he'll ever want to. Sadie Brown is staying focused this semester no matter what. Currently drowning in debt, custody hearings for her younger brothers, and skating practices, she's just trying to make it to the next day. A Spitfire figure skater known for her bad attitude and frequent disappearing acts, Sadie has a reputation on campus, and it's not a pretty one. When she accidentally witnesses one of the Golden Boy hockey captain's panic attacks and attempts to help him, a strange sort of understanding strikes up between them. No questions asked, just comfort. But Reese finds himself drawn to Sadie, where he feels empty, a shell of a man and the player he was before. Sadie is so full of everything, it bursts from her. Every emotion she feels seems like it's blasted at max volume. Reese is desperate to feel anything. Sadie wants to stop feeling so much, but healing doesn't mix with secrets, and they're both skating on thin ice. This sounds right up my alley. I'm so excited for that one, and I can't decide if I'm going to just read it right away or if I'm going to hold off. I'm making a bit of a Christmas advent calendar for myself with books, so I'm wrapping up a bunch of books. Between 12 and 24, I'm not exactly sure how many yet. My friends are also kind of doing it, so we're buying each other some books too. So it'll depend how many books I get from them. But that one might go in there, or I might just read it right away. I'm not really positive. And this one we'll do next. So this is by the same author, but it's called Unloved. And it's actually, I think, like a interconnected standalone to Unsteady, the one that we just read. So I'm actually not going to read the back of this because I really like to guess the characters that are going to be in the next book as the first book goes on in interconnected standalones. So sorry, but I'm not going to do that. Oh, but one of the pages is kind of bent. Hopefully that'll fix itself. But this is Unloved. I'm also very excited for that. Again, it's a hockey romance, so it's got me for sure already. I should have taken the stickers off of these beforehand. I'm so sorry. This is my next one. This is by B.K. Borson, and I actually don't think I've read anything by B.K. Borson yet. I've been trying to think, but I don't think so. Does it have... Oh yeah, Love Light Farms, In the Weeds, and Mixed Signals. I haven't read any of those. But this is Mixed Signals by B.K. Borson. It's just a really cutesy looking cover. I've seen B.K. Borson all over TikTok. She's a really popular author, so I felt like I had to give her a try. I think I might have gotten a second one by her too. Yeah, I did. Business Casual. So these are both part of the Love Light Farms. Maybe they're not. I thought that it was kind of like interconnected standalones, but I'm honestly not sure. They might just both be like by the same author. But these are both... No, it is. Because I'll never pass up an opportunity to head back to Love Light Farms. So they must just all kind of happen in the same world. I'm wondering if I need to read Love Light Farms first. If you know, can you let me know? But this one is about a small town baker and a handsome local teacher in a sunny romantic comedy. So that sounds honestly like it's perfect for the winter blues. And Business Casual, it says, two opposites decide to test their chemistry with one steamy night together, but will once be enough? Another one I just kind of thought for the winter blues. So the reason that I actually did end up doing this big of a book haul, I don't usually do this. I've always wanted to, but there's never enough money. But I decided, I was going through my TBR cart last week, and all of the books that I have left, not all of them, but the majority of the books that I have left on my TBR cart that I haven't read are from books that I bought like before I was a reader, when I just loved to go to Indigo and pick up the 3 for $10 table. I have so many books from the 3 to 10 tables, or like little ones that I got in local little free libraries, I got from thrift stores, just stuff like that when I was trying to just like build my book collection and wasn't really thinking about what I was buying. So a lot of them aren't my style and I have no interest in reading them. So I figured I'd make this big buy, and then I'm gonna go through my TBR cart and kind of unhaul a whole bunch of stuff. So if you want to see that, let me know, because I would be more than happy to share that with you guys. And even if you don't let me know, I might do it anyways. So that's kind of why I decided to do this big book haul right now, is because I want to get those off so that I can be excited about reading again. I picked my November TBR, and there's really only like 2 books that I even really wanted to read from my TBR cart. So I'm just not really in the mood to read right now, which is very unusual for me as someone who, my reading goal was 100 for this year, and I'm already, I think, at around 150, maybe 140, but I've majorly surpassed my goal. And I don't really watch TV. I have like 3 shows that I watch throughout the week, and I watch like 1 episode a week. So I'm not a big TV gal. I don't really do much else. I like work, I go for walks with my audiobooks, or I'm kind of sitting and reading. So November, I've only read 3 books, and it's the 14th. So typically I would be at like 6 or 7 books. So it's been kind of unfortunate. I have been really busy with work this month, so that's also been contributing to my lack of reading. But hopefully this haul will get me excited about reading again, and we can do that. Okay, I apologize for kind of the cuts. I am filming these on TikTok because I wasn't really sure what app would work best. So I figured TikTok, and then I could kind of edit them throughout. But it's a 10-minute limit, so every 10 minutes I've had to stop filming and restart the video. But now that you just got my little rant, we will get back to the books. So the next book I picked up is The Dead Romantics, which is by Ashley Poston. I read 2 books by this author this year. Doesn't say which ones. Can I remember? What else has she wrote? Oh no, putting me on the spot. Okay, well, I have read 2 books by her. I promise. There was the one, The 7-Year Slip, that's by her, right? And the one where she drives into her favorite book. I don't remember the title, but I believe those were both by Ashley Poston. But I really loved her writing. I found her a very easy, quick read. So I decided to take a shot at The Dead Romantics. So the back of this one says, romance is dead, but this isn't what she had in mind. Florence Day is the ghostwriter for one of the most prolific romance authors in the industry, and she has a problem. After a terrible breakup, she no longer believes in love. It's as good as dead. When her new editor, a too handsome mountain of a man, won't give her an extension on her book deadline, Florence prepares to kiss her career goodbye. But then she gets a phone call she never wanted to receive, and she must return home for the first time in a decade to help her family bury her beloved father. For 10 years, she's run from the town that never understood her, and even though she misses the sounds of a warm southern night and her eccentric, loving father and their funeral parlor, she can't bring herself to stay. Her father's gone, yet everything else feels the same, and she hates it, until she finds a ghost standing at the funeral parlor's front door, just as broad and infuriatingly handsome as ever, and he's just as confused about why he's there as she is. Romance is most certainly dead, but so is her new editor, and his unfinished business will have her second-guessing everything she's ever known about love stories. So that sounds really interesting to me. I've really liked the books that I've read by her so far, so I'm sure I'll love it. This next one I actually don't know much about, but I've seen it all over TikTok, and the cover was really pretty. So this is Savor It by Tara DeWitt. This is more of a summary book. I understand that, but in the dark, dreary days, this is what gets me through. So Sage Bird has learned to love her small world in a coastal town of Spruance, Oregon, with the misfit animals on her hobby farm. I love a hobby farm. Her friends and her students to make her smile. I actually love books about teachers, so that has me really excited. When her ex, town golden boy Ian, suddenly gets engaged, Sage wants a win, beating him in the Festival of Spuns, the town's annual summer competition. Would be the perfect way to show everyone she's doing just fine. No pity necessary. She just needs a partner. Fisher was a hotshot chef in New York City until the loss of his sister left him grieving and responsible for his teenage niece. Okay, I did not know that this book dealt with grief. Those are not usually my favorite. I will try my best. I've just went through a lot of grief in my lifetime, so it does bring back some bad memories, but we'll see how this one handles it. After Fisher loses his Michelin star along with his love of cooking, his boss sends him to Spoons for the last chance project to redeem himself. I don't love that he has to redeem himself for grieving someone, but okay, we'll give it a shot. As his reluctance to get comfortable in a small town causes clashes with the locals and a kiss with his sunny new neighbor, Sage, leads to dating rumors, the pair strike a deal to turn things around. Soon their alliance blooms into something unexpected, and while they try to savor every moment, summer is racing by all too quickly. I do like fake dating, so there is aspects of this that I'm really excited for, but I'm not sure about the grief, so we will see. Sorry, I just had a bit of a coughing fit. The stack beside you is getting really tall, so hopefully it doesn't fall down. We only have 4 more. So this is The Fake Mate, and it's by Lana Ferguson. Once again, I don't know what it's about, but I've seen it a lot. I feel like it might kind of be about werewolves, which, like, the cover of this is not giving that energy, but I feel like it might be, which is kind of unfortunate because Halloween just ended, and that's kind of when I read about werewolves, but we'll see. I am excited. If this is about werewolves, I will be very excited. Oh, yeah. Two wolf shifters agree to be fake mates, but unexpectedly find something real in this steamy paranormal romantic comedy. Okay. Sold. Fake dating, romantic comedy, paranormal. Sold. This literally has like every aspect. I'm not even gonna read the rest of this. I usually don't read the back of my books, so this is kind of new for me. I usually go into my books very blind, so I'm not gonna read the back of this actually. I'm just gonna go into it blind, and we'll see. I feel like I'll be reading this book very soon, because that literally has me hooked by that one sentence. This next one I was gonna buy for a friend for Christmas, but it is part of a series, and she's not really a series girl, so I'll read it first, and then we'll see. It is Flock by Kate Stewart, and it is, I feel like it's a TV show. Isn't it? It might not be. But this is part of the Ravenhood series, and it says on the front, "Can you keep a secret?" And on the back, I'm just gonna read the top part again because I don't want to spoil this book for myself. Not spoil it, but I like to go into books blind. So I'm just gonna read the top. So this is the first in the seductive series that has become an international best-selling sensation, a modern-day Robin Hood retelling that is steamy, intensely emotional, and utterly original. And then it says, "Can you keep a secret?" So this also has me super intrigued, and I'll probably be reading this one fairly soon so that I can decide if I'm going to give it to my friend or not. So we'll see. I did already show her this book though, so I probably won't, but maybe. But I am very excited, and I do really like how the letters are kind of like, I don't even know what it's called, but there's like, you can see the outline of them down here, and kind of holographic. Is that the word? I don't know. And then these two are my Christmas books that I bought to join my 12 Days of Christmas. So we have Christmas Sweater Weather, which is by Jacqueline Snow. Oh my gosh, what a good name for a Christmas author. I love that. Christmas is both naughty and nice when a single dad and his best friend's sister celebrate with some secret romance and festive fun. Okay. And this one I am actually really excited about. This is With Love from Cold World, and it's by Alicia Thompson. I don't know, but like, I've seen this on TikTok. If I saw this in the store, I would not gravitate toward it. I don't know, the cover just isn't what I'm used to, so it wouldn't be my first pick, but I want to read this so bad. And I don't know what it is about it, but I want to. Like, I don't even know if I can wait until December. So I think I have to wrap it like today, or else I'm gonna read it. But this says she has a to-do list a mile long, and falling for her coworker isn't on it. Yet somehow he's become her top priority. So I'm very excited for these two. I love a Christmas book, as you will see in December. Please let me know if you would like me to open my Christmas book or my like book advent calendar with you every day, and if so, do you want 12 or 24 days? Because with all of these books that I just got, I could easily make it 24. I have 5 books already wrapped, and my friends, I believe, were switching 8-ish. It might be less for some people, it might be a bit more. It just kind of depends on your tastes and what books kind of spoke to you, because we were doing 1 to 2 books per person, depending on what genre you got. So that could be up to 8 books, which would be 13 already, and then those 2 would be 15. So I'm like, I don't know if I'll just stick with 15 and then open one every like 2 to 3 days, or I guess 1 to 2 days, or if I'll go to try to get it up to 24. Okay, I just had a minor heart attack because I accidentally just posted one of those to my TikTok stories, which is not my plan. Anyways, we've fixed it. It's all good. So yeah, please let me know if you want me to have 24 books to unwrap every day. I absolutely will. I'll wrap up whichever ones of these you want me to. And I could also find some from my TBR cart, as well as I am going book thrifting this weekend. So if 24 is the number that you would like, please just let me know. And if you want to see me unhaul some books, I will probably show that in my next video. But yeah, thank you so much for coming along, and let's see if I can hold all of these. This might be bad. Oh, we did it. So yeah, this is my book outlet book haul. Again, these books are only $7.99 at the moment. Book outlet, please sponsor me. I would love to work with you. I'm obsessed with you. I already have another order in my cart that I will probably be ordering in the next week or two, because if books are $7.99, why wouldn't I stock up now? Is kind of my thought process. That's bad, but books are so expensive where I'm at right now, so I can't pass it up. But yeah, thank you so much for coming along, and I hope that you'll come back and watch another video soon. So thank you. Bye-bye.